Hello and welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about something that is, I think, really important, and that is budgeting for your first fursuit. So there's a couple things about that. I want to cover about how I go about doing it and in a responsible way. So how I save up for suits is I use what's called, I like to call a forced savings account. It's also called a certificate of deposit. And what it basically is, for those of you who don't know, is it is a savings account designed by your bank to basically prevent you from pulling money out without a penalty. You can have it in full without a penalty after a certain amount of time. And the other part to that is they also allow you to put money into it over time. So you can force yourself to save money. So this is important because a lot of suit builders, I think this is the key essential part to this about why it works for saving for suits, and among other things as well, is that it takes time to actually get your suit once you've commissioned it. The average time is about a year or so, and I feel like a lot of people that are new to suiting or new to the fandom that want to get a suit, very much they want their suit now. They want it today. And you end up sacrificing quality in your suit when you do that, and you put yourself at a lot of more financial risk by doing that. You may not get a good quality suit, you'll overpay for it, various reasons as to why this is not the best approach. And because it takes about a year or so, it means you have a year to save, right? So if you start saving now, or pick a date you want it by. Say your suit maker is going to MFF, or your suit maker is going to be at RF, one of the two. Like, it gives you a time frame from now till then to save. So, for example, I'm getting another suit. I started saving in February, and I am having this suit delivered at Rainforest, so I have a few months to save, and that means that I need to save approximately, and to have a little bit of cash left over, approximately $110 per week. That's $220 per an average paycheck for if you're doing twice a month, for example. And that should be plenty, and it'll give you cash left over to spend on like your hotel room or any other things you want to buy there, a myriad of different things. So how I do it is I pick a time frame that I want my suit delivered by, and I have a time frame in which I can save, and the CD provides the framework for me to do this. It's being what's called financially responsible, and I've heard of stories where people will put their fursuit on a credit card and then they're in financial debt, and it causes a lot of problems for them and their family or their roommates or anything like that. Don't put it on a credit card. That's like rule number one. Don't buy a suit on a credit card. Suits wear and they break down. It's not an emergency. It's not a hotel room you need to book or hold on, those kind of things. Don't do it. If you can avoid it, don't do it. It is the financially responsible thing to save, and it's applicable to other things. I pay for my vacations that way. I have all of my money saved up before I go. My trip to Hong Kong and Singapore this last little bit ago was paid for in full before I went, and my trip to Egypt this December, November-ish or so will be paid for in full before I go. When I went to Japan last year, about this time, it was paid for in full before I went. Those, you get the point. It gets paid in full. You can enjoy it. You don't have to stress over it, and it is, trust me, it is wonderful to not have to stress over anything financially. So the other part of that is, because you have a lot of time, and because of this particular way, you don't have to worry about budgetary constraints. You pick a budget, you just pick a time, you kind of work with it, and you go. It means that you can do research on who you like, what style you like, what quality of suits that they have. You don't just jump into a suit and commission just anybody. Now, this is kind of important, I feel, because you're not just buying someone's labor and time and materials. That's not why it's expensive. It's expensive because it's an art piece. You're buying an art piece, and it's custom to you. It's tailored to you. So I mean, like, yeah, you could save money by making it self-made, but the reality is, the suits that you're admiring out there are made by someone else, and you have the ability to get them, and you have a time frame on your hands. By having it immediately, by doing it yourself immediately, you can sacrifice quality, and it won't be as good. It'll be made by you, and you can be very prideful in it, and you'll want to wear it places because you have it, but it's really not the best. And telling yourself that is only joking to yourself. These people that have been making suits for tens of years, some longer than that, so I mean, you're buying an art piece, you're buying a style. So that is a big one. Now, some suit builders will offer you the ability to make payments over time until your suit is paid off, and then they will deliver it to you. I don't recommend this method, and I don't recommend it for a few reasons. I think that the biggest reason is that I like to pay for things in full. I like to hand someone a fat wad of cash and say, here you go, because they're happy, I'm happy, there's no potential problems, because if for whatever reason you lose your job or are no longer able to make those payments, your suit gets sold off to someone else, and they have a feeling of resentment towards you that you didn't want them to have. Now I'm going to talk about something else a little bit similar. If you're under the age of 18, most suit builders won't let you commission them for various reasons. One of which is there is still a little bit of a taboo and involved in suiting, and a lot of laws regarding age under the age of 18 means that you are not necessarily financially responsible legally. Your parents are. And if your parents don't know that you're doing this, your parents can argue that. So they often won't commission underage. You have to be over 18 to get a suit. So in that situation, I highly encourage you to learn how to build your own suit. You're in a much better financial situation than you might think, and it is a great learning experience. You learn how to do basic things. Sewing fur is not easy, and so if you're gonna do it, you'll learn a lot about how clothing is made and how to fix things, and that is a very valuable skill to have. So I encourage you to build it if you can, if you're under the age of 18 versus commissioning someone. And when you finally get the ability to commission someone, you'll have a much fonder respect for actually the builders themselves, because you'll have tried it yourself. So that's pretty much what I was going to say regarding that. If you're under 18, wait till you're over 18 to buy. And because you have that time, you have plenty of time to save. So use that to your advantage. Getting really excited for Anthrocon. It's going to be great. It's my first Anthrocon, and EDC is right around the corner, which is getting me like crazy. And then the other thing is, if any of you guys are going to AC, please let me know below so that I can see if I can meet up with you guys. And if you guys have any questions, again, post them down. As it's been said before, I have my financials in order for lots of things, and I pretty much know what I'm talking about when it comes to saving for things. So if you have any questions about how to save money or financial responsibility, feel free to ask. I'm not an accountant, I'm not a banker or anything like that, but I am very good with money. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if there's other topics you'd like to cover. I will resume my standard how to perform in fursuit next week, and I apologize that last week's was late. And make sure to check out the video I posted over the weekend, which was during BLFC. I didn't go to BLFC. I'm glad you all had fun during that time, but it is I had a wonderful time with a group of friends. One of which is Dandelions LLC, and they do a really good job on building suits, and you guys should totally look into them. So, have a good one. Thanks for watching.